Hello, my name is Melvin. I'm a Full Sail student, and this is my first how-to video on how to fix uh, the foam rings on your broken subwoofers, specifically on the Klipsch Promedia 4.1 speakers. I've owned a pair of these speakers for, I don't know, 13 years now because I did buy them in 2001. And as much as I love them and how amazing the construction is, foam does rot away after a few years. So to replace the foam, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a flat surface, flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, Elmer's glue, a thin blade, rubbing alcohol, paper napkins, cotton balls, and the estimated time should be around 2 hours for both speakers because there's two subwoofers on this subwoofer box. First thing you want to do is place the box on a soft surface like I did here on a rug, and you want to unplug it. Next, you want to get that thin blade and poke one of the holes on the mesh and lift it up like so. It simply snaps off. Next, the speaker is revealed and you want to remove 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. You want to wedge your thin blade right on the edge of the wood and the speaker and gently lift it. You don't want to take it off altogether because you'll be pulling on the two cables right there, the left and right channels, or rather positive and negative I should say. So you want to remove those or unplug those, and you're left with an open hole like this. Once the speaker is off, you want to place it on a table or a flat surface, preferably under on top of some napkins because you will be making a little bit of a mess. Next, you want to start removing the foam. Make sure you go all around. It simply comes off very easy. You're not going to have a hard time getting rid of the foam. And once you're done, you're left with that. Here's a speaker with no foam, and the first thing you want to start doing is either get your napkins or your cotton, wet it with a little bit of alcohol, and start cleaning the edge of that cone. Next, you want to turn the cone around, or turn the speaker upside down rather, and you want to remove the excess foam from the underside of the cone. It's not necessary. I did it simply because I didn't want it there anymore. And this is how I did it. I squeezed the blade in between the cone and the foam, and I simply removed it. And I was left with that. Next, you want to get your Phillips screwdriver and you want to start squeezing or loosening the speaker bracket off of the speaker frame. Once you do that, it comes off like so, and this is the speaker without the bracket. Notice that right under the bracket there's still a thin piece of paper. Okay. Next, you want to get your Elmer's glue or any other glue that works on speakers. I use the Elmer's because it works just fine. Here's the new foam ring that we will be using. You're going to be applying glue on the inner ring, the outer ring. This is upside down, by the way. The foam ring that you're looking at there, it's upside down. And you're also going to be applying glue on the edge of the speaker cone and on the edge of the speaker frame where that thin piece of paper was when you took off the bracket. You're also going to be applying glue on the bracket itself, but we'll get to that later. Now, start by applying the glue all around the speaker frame. Then you run your finger through it to create a small film or a thin film. Then it looks like that. Next, do the same thing for the speaker cone. Run your finger through it and you create a thin film for both areas that looks like that. And you want to do the same thing with the speaker foam ring. You create a small film and everything now has glue. We're pretty much ready to apply the foam ring. Okay, I want to stop here for a second and explain something. The inner part of a foam ring is the part that connects with the edge of the cone. These two parts need to be very carefully aligned and centered. It's very important. You don't want this to be off-centered. So take your time when it comes to this step. Make sure you do it right and make sure that the glue is not completely dry, that it's still somewhat a little bit wet, so that you're able to move it around in case you haven't centered it correctly. Next, you want to start tapping it all around so that everything sticks. And you do that with the edge of the speakers as well. And then once you're done, the speaker looks like this. Now the next part we're going to be applying glue to is the edge of the speaker, right on top of the speaker frame. That's the top of the foam ring, by the way. So you do that, apply glue there, and you also apply glue right here. This is the under part of the speaker bracket. Once you have cleaned it, which you should have done before, you're going to apply glue right where my finger is, and pretty much you're done. You reinstall the subwoofer, screw everything back up, put the speaker mesh on it, and you are finished. Thank you for watching. Please rate and leave a comment.